hard enduro is nasty, technical riding your dirt bike up things that people will look at and think you probably shouldn't. Silver Kings is at this sweet ski resort here in Kellogg, Idaho. So it's pretty rad that there's a dirt bike event right on the face of a ski resort. So the chairlifts you'd be going up in the winter, you're ripping your dirt bike right underneath in the summer.
Silver King's ready.
Over the last couple years, I've developed more of an interest in hard enduro. I've driven by Kellogg on the interstate time and time again and thought it'd be a really cool place to come through. I've heard more and more about this event over the last couple years, and I've had some buddies race it as well, and then ended up picking up a bike that I thought would make a fun project going into this race.
Rock and roll, Silver Kings day one.
Everyone seems to think you need a 300 to ride hard enduro, and I kind of prove people wrong on my 4-stroke because I like going and doing hard stuff on my 350, so I thought, well, what if we take it the other way and see if you can ride a small bore 2-stroke in this nasty stuff that everyone thinks you need a 300 for. You know, initially I was registered for the A class. I raced A class in cross country, and it seemed like the natural progression, but as I spent time on this bike, I realized just because I'm an A class XC guy does not necessarily make me an A class hard enduro guy. I don't have much to prove other than just wanting to come out here and do my best, so I am doing the B class. So my goal would be to do well in B, be a top 30 finisher, and still get a chance to try the A course and see how far I can make it through.
Prologue was super fun, trail was awesome, dirt is good. Takes everything this bike has in second gear to make it up some of those hills. I was behind 2 riders and got stuck in one spot for like 3 minutes, so not the best time. We'll see where I end up in gate position for the next race, but it was fun and I'm looking forward to the next one.
I studied computer science. I was a web developer for 4 years. I just started flipping bikes on the side. I didn't really know anything about wrenching. I bought one, did a top end, made some money, snowballed from there until I did my first build, which I decided to time lapse just for fun. And that video got 500,000 views on YouTube. So then I said, maybe I'll keep filming these. And it literally just was a natural progression from there. The builds got better, started getting companies and sponsors on board, and it just completely evolved to where this has been my full-time job for 2 years now. I like how creative I can be with the builds. It's like an art project, but you're building a bike that you get to rip, and lately that other people get to win, which has been a super fulfilling part of it. One thing I didn't think that much about before, but I'm realizing is having a big impact, is the number of comments I get from people who say, oh, I just bought my first ever project bike because of this, I did my first race because of this video, or I learned to do a top end, or I'm trying something new. I realized that it has the power to reach other people and inspire other people to tackle their own projects and better themselves in all sorts of areas of their lives. So I think seeing that it has a positive impact on other people is arguably my favorite part of it.
dude, that was awesome. That was actually a blast.
Got 8th in B class, I think out of close to 180. Never expected to have that much fun in a hard enduro race. Almost lost my shift lever on the first lap. Really glad I caught that and really glad I decided to carry tools, was able to tighten that thing. Really glad I decided to ride B, and now we're gonna head out and check out the parade. Should be a good night. So I had a 2002 KTM 200 in high school, and this 06 KTM 200 popped up on Marketplace last year for a really good deal, and I bought it out of pure nostalgia. I just wanted to ride a 200 again after all these years, having become a much better rider than when I owned that one in high school. And then this whole idea of Silver Kings kind of crept into my head. This project pretty much taught me that anything that can go wrong will sometimes. I thought this was going to be quick, top end, put a fan on it, and just be training for 4 months. And ran into countless problems. Blew the bike up the second time, thought it was my fault. Came to find out that the crankcase had already been JB welded due to a crack from a previous owner. So there was an air leak, there's been all sorts of things like that. The whole project has just been way more trial and error, way more finding solutions to problems that the internet doesn't have answers for because no one's done this on an 06 200. So a lot more problem solving than I ever anticipated. Less time on the bike than I hoped for, but it's been a learning experience and a journey.
Stoked for it. Yesterday was awesome. They updated the scoring. Turns out I got 7th and it was 16 minutes off first. So as long as I can make it within a half hour of the guy who wins today, I'll be able to try out the A course tomorrow. So keep that 200 screaming today.
Overall in bronze, which I'm pretty happy about. Woo! Couple big bottlenecks in this one. There was one hill coming out of a left hand that was so tricky on the 200. It had to be perfect. I only got it 1 of 3 laps, so wasted a couple minutes there, but finished within 24 minutes of the winner, which means I get to try the A course tomorrow, which I'm very nervous about. Today's course was a little more technical and definitely challenged myself on the 200, but stoked I did bronze and stoked on the experience. This has been absolutely awesome. Great course, great race. qualified for today's A race, just barely. We had a little bit of a hiccup there, but sent an email, made sure I was all qualified and ready to go. So we're headed up to the mountain in about 45 minutes. We got to watch the pros in A race yesterday, and the course looks gnarly. There's some big, steep hills. That 200 is gonna be singing. So honestly, my goal is to finish a lap. I would be stoked to get around that course on the 200. Let's go racing.
Charlie tried to come with the pickup truck and the cops kept calling my name. All this time I could tell that this girl's insane. They would try to pay with the mother down, and I tried to keep calling my name.
Are you gonna run at that thing? I'm like fully stopped. Really see. Oh, beauty.
That's a big ass hill. There we go.
That was gnarly. That was the hardest thing I've ever done on my dirt bike. We rode stuff I never ever thought I would ride on a motorcycle. That is insane. I think technically, despite timing out, still conquered Silver Kings on the 200. Freaking finished a lap.
That is a wrap for Silver Kings Hard Enduro. I am low energy here. Managed to get through one lap on the A course. Did not do it in the time limit, but I'm stoked to finish one. I wanted to prove to myself that I could get this little 200 through that gnarly course, and boy, it was. I don't really know what I expected going into it, but that course was insane. Up and down creeks, gnarly shale fields, huge hill climbs. The 200 pulled it. You can do hard enduro on a 200, but it's probably not recommended. I think it's time for a very well-earned burger and Silver Kings Hard Enduro beer.